They put hot honey sauce on the snack wrap? McDonald's outdid themselves again. The classic snack wrap we all know and love, paired with the sweet heat of hot honey sauce? Just what we needed to make it even more perfect. You know the drill. So go to McDonald's and try it today.
Hey, what's up? It's Marc Clark. Welcome to Be the Father You Always Wanted. I started this podcast because it's interesting. I was on a television show being interviewed by my wife, and she asked the question, since I didn't have a father in my life, how was I such a good father? And that's when I said, you just need to be the father you always wanted. And I had a chance to talk with my cousin recently, who was one of the few people who knew my father. I met my father one time. And it was interesting because my father was raised with a father in West Point, Mississippi. And little did I know, my father's father passed away in his early 50s, working in the field. And apparently, my father did not want that to be his life. So he wanted to get out of West Point, Mississippi as soon as possible so he would not die on a small farm in a small place. I guess he wanted to make a difference in this world. So my father, who my cousin said was pretty much brilliant, he worked in Detroit. He worked at the same plant that Berry Gordy worked as an electrician. He also worked on Apollo 1. And he also was a realtor at some point in Los Angeles, and in fact was Realtor of the Year for a couple years in a row, according to my cousin. But he also was an alcoholic, and he also was out of work often. So, his life didn't add up to what it could have been. And the crazy part was one of his greatest fears was dying in his early 50s, I guess in small town America and being insignificant. The crazy part was he was murdered in Los Angeles in Watts, an innocent bystander in a gang initiation. And ironically, he died at 56. And so I was, I was shocked in some ways hearing this because my cousin said at that point, he said, our men don't live that long as far as the men in the family. And I was like, wow, I never heard this in my life. I'm listening to this and I'm 54. But it just made me realize, number one, how far I've come as a man who wasn't raised with a father, who has become a father and has these amazing kids. But it also made me reflect on my father, who had a father, but he didn't want to have that same life. And it's just interesting how it seems like the thing you fear the most is the thing that traps you. So I think one of the lessons is not to fear much things, especially if you have religion, you believe in God, you believe in a higher power. You got to focus on that and know that your life is your life. And it really is up to you to make it the life that you want it to be. And so that's my Be the Father You Always Wanted podcast for today. Just a thought. Hope all is well. I've been away for a while, but I'm back. Thank you for listening. Please share and tell others about this podcast. Have a good day.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. The rush of racing? Nothing beats it. But Chumba Casino comes close. Chumba's got fast spins, fun games, daily bonuses, and all the action you can handle. Now that's a ride. Ready to hit the throttle? Get in the driver's seat and head to ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.